Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all of our friends out there in the MSP community. My name is Vicky Bruns, and I am joined with a new co-host today of the ConnectWise Friday Field Report, Francisco. Hey,
Hey everyone,
Francisco, how are you?
I'm good, Vicky. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. And we appreciate you coming and joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You work at ConnectWise, but tell us
Yeah,
a little
no
bit about
problem.
who is Francisco? The
Yeah,
audience wants
so
to know.
perfect. So I'm a marketing manager, partner marketing manager with ConnectWise. So I've been overseeing all of our migration to our new platform, Glasshive, which we're going to be talking about today. With ConnectWise, I've been 2 years, but I've been doing marketing for the last 8 years. I started doing my own marketing with small businesses, software development companies. So that is kind of my background in website development, programming, but I did business and marketing. So very happy to be with ConnectWise. I actually started as a marketing consultant with ConnectWise, so working really close with our partners. It was a great experience. I got to learn a lot about the MSP, about ConnectWise, what we do, and how we help our partners. And now that I'm a marketing manager, I can take all that feedback that I learned while talking to our partners and put it in practice. And Glasshive is part of that feedback that we heard from our partners.
That is awesome. And tell us a little bit about where you're tuning in today for this
Yeah,
report.
so right now I'm in Hope Sound, Florida. It's on the east coast of Florida. I do not live here, but funny story, my wife is a marine biologist, and I actually asked her, hey, it's Friday Field Report with ConnectWise, and I need to be somewhere fun. Can you take me out on a boat and just drive me around so it can be like a cool field? But unfortunately, she said no because they only use the boat for work, and this is not considered a marine biologist's work. So I'm just sitting outside. I'm looking at the golf field right now, and you know, I was hoping I could play some golf, but instead I'm looking at the people play golf and making fun of them if they're not good enough, which I am none.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I am tuning in from Tampa. I flew down here this week from North Florida, and for everybody that's tuning in, I may or may not. We were having a little some technical issues. This is why you never know what to expect on the Friday Field Report, folks. We like to keep it interesting, so hopefully my audio and my video keep going. But Francisco is here to help support us when we bring on some very special guests that are joining us today. So,
Yeah.
Francisco, it's so great to see you, and thank you so much for joining us. Um, Everybody that's here listening in, we've got really cool updates that we want to share with you before we bring on our awesome guests. We've got IT Nation Secure and Automation Nation coming up very soon in early June in Orlando, Florida. I believe there's still a early bird discount if you want to register. It's $50 off of your registration. That's still available now. So I know that we've got the code here that you can utilize to get registered today. Next week we are going to be announcing on another live stream with, I can't tell you who because that would give it away, but we've got our keynote speaker that we're going to be announcing next week. So there's a lot of great content that'll be coming to you at that awesome, again, cybersecurity event. Make sure that you register. We want to see you there in person. And other than that, Francisco, I know that there's another, like a lot of webinars that we're doing, a lot of live streams. So make sure that you're tuning in on LinkedIn to register our RMM series, our AI roundtable series. We've got an amazing ecosystem webinar next week that we have Glasshive on. It's going to be on sales and marketing automation. So very appropriate for today's Friday Field Report. So make sure that you tune in to that. Glasshive and Gong and Times Us are going to be joining us from the ecosystem community. And yeah, what about you, Francisco? Do you have any other updates you want to share? You want to shout out before we dive into the interviews?
Yeah, of course. I know this webinar or this live is about Glasshive, and we've been hosting a lot of Glasshive webinar training series. I've actually been doing those webinars, so I'm hosting them. It's about training our partners how to be successful with the platform and the ConnectWise partner program. So those links are in the ConnectWise website. We'll put that link for the ConnectWise partner program at the end of this live, I believe. So please register. They're very beneficial for our partners, or if you want to learn more about the program and Glasshive.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring in our awesome guests. And we've got, I believe, Novatech, who, Fresco, you know Julia pretty well, the CEO and an awesome friend of ours at Glasshive. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hey guys.
Thanks for joining
What's
us.
up?
Hi.
Oh my
Happy
gosh.
Friday, everyone.
What is that hat?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Okay, so tell us a little bit about where you're tuning in from, Julia. I mean, I see that hat. What's going on? What's going on in the world?
Yeah, so I originally was going to be outside. I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a little gloomy and blustery, so I wasn't able to be outside. So I picked the second best thing, which is the mountains, my happy place, and figured I'd throw in this bucket hat for, for the rain, but also brand.
Yeah, it's a Novatech bucket hat too, which is so great. What about you, Gio? Where are you tuning in from?
Same thing. I was hoping to be tuned in from my favorite coffee shop that kind of overlooks this cool little duck pond and everything, but very gloomy outside as well. I'm in Dallas, Texas. So you guys are looking at me in my 12-year-old fantasy room, my art studio.
That is really cool, Gio.
It
I'm
is
actually
really
jealous.
cool.
Once upon
I
a
just want to go.
time, you
I
know.
want to see yeah, I feel like you need to set up an art gallery online that we can all see, like all of the cool DC comics that you've created in the past. Just
Oh my
saying.
goodness. Yeah. Happy to do it. Happy to do it. You can look around and see some of my stuff that's there. I worked at DC Comics, so my goodness, I could lift this camera around in a little bit and show you some of the statues I had of my drawings that they made into these big statues that are here right next to me. And some of my artwork back there is stuff that went published. I repainted them later. I'm not a very good painter, but those are my paintings back there and some of my drawings. You'll find little Easter eggs if I move the camera around. You know?
All right, cool. Well, yeah, please do. We want to have a tour of your studio for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess where should we start, Francisco? I know we want to dig into why we have Glasshive and Julia here on with us. So you mentioned the partner program earlier. So Julia, Novatech, I believe is really involved in the ConnectWise partner program and leverage Glasshive today. Can you tell us a little bit about what your background is with the partner program and kind of maybe let's start with what your role is and then how you're leveraging the program within Novatech.
Yeah, sure thing. So again, hi everyone, I'm Julia Ebner. I'm the digital marketing specialist at Novatech. We are a managed service provider headquartered here out of Nashville. In my role, I manage a lot of the digital marketing efforts and marketing automation. So a lot of social media management. And we've been utilizing the Glasshive portal, but also the ConnectWise partner program. Francisco has been my go-to since at least 2 years, I think, the past 2 years.
Yeah, it's
Very
been a ride
patient.
with Novatech.
Yeah, very, very helpful, very attentive. But with Glasshive, it really makes our marketing automation a lot easier. We pull a lot of the campaigns and collateral. It's really easy to co-brand and get started. And especially when you're in a time crunch or you're not feeling as creative, let's say with copy, ConnectWise and the Glasshive portal have everything kind of boxed up and ready to use, which is just amazing, especially for MSPs out there who don't really have an established marketing department. And, really they set it up so anyone can do it. And it's just really awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool. And can you tell us a little bit about your background? So you are the digital marketing specialist for Novatech, but how long have you been in the MSP space, Julia?
Yeah, so I originally came into Novatech about 3 years ago, and I was the executive team project manager. And then I saw just an opening in the marketing team, and it's led by our vice president, Jim Haney, who's just awesome to work with and for. He has a great vision for the department and for what we can do from a marketing perspective. So it's been really great to learn from him and kind of be under his wing. But I originally was in the back office space. I was the director of humans and culture at a boutique marketing agency in Chicago, and just felt like it was my time to branch out. So then I ran into some folks from Novatech out and about on the town and interviewed, and a week later I was hired in. But it's been a really great learning a new industry, because it's something that's so in front of our face all the time, but you never think of like, how is it run? It's like, what's the network behind it? So just kind of learning about the technology and all the components and the vendors. It's been a crazy ride. I'm still learning every day.
Yeah. And well, I think what's really cool about your story is that you don't have a technical background per se, but you came into technical industry, and then leveraging Glasshive, for the sales and marketing needs is you have to have that technical understanding of, what the space is and how to, I guess, leverage the platform to be able to roll out these campaigns and stuff like that. And I mean, I did not come into the MSP space with a technical background either. So it's really cool to kind of hear these stories, right? Of how we all came to be. Gio's got a pretty awesome story too about how he got into the space, I think, right? So Gio, can you share with us like what's your origin story? Because I feel like that's
Oh
very
my gosh.
superhero-esque, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's easy to land in the channel, okay? Just not be good enough as a comic book artist, and then that's it. No. Actually, funny thing, I was working at DC Comics when I first got into the industry. When you start off in that industry, kind of the starving artist thing, it doesn't pay quite a bit, and you have to kind of work your way up. So I figured I would, get another job while I work my way up in DC. Okay. So I got a job in an IT company. I had ran into a friend that told me, hey, an IT company's hiring them all. Company? There's like, I thought it was a guy that like fixes computers. That's my introduction to the channel back in 2006. So, well, 2004 actually. But I came in there and I started out in the position, and I wanted to learn just like you, Julia. I didn't know anything about the industry. So I had to promote and evangelize changing all of our break fix customers. We had about 600 break fix customers and roll them into managed services. Okay. And our company was called Intelligent Enterprise, and they were a ConnectWise partner way back when. But I decided to interview the CEO, CIO, sorry, Eric Simpson. I said, hey, teach me technology, man. I shall learn, right? He was like sitting there, this is virtualization, this is this. So I'm drawing this, okay? I have vivid memories of me drawing what he's explaining to me on printer paper. And then I put notes and I dolled it up a little bit, and then I scanned it in, and I was emailing that to customers. And slowly but surely, that helped me bring a lot of success. And needless to say, my IT career took off much faster than my comic book career. So now I'm in the channel, and it's been a wonderful 20 years and a bunch of memories and a lot of new friends, old and new. So it's great.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So tell Francisco, can you kind of shape the narrative here on how you're working with Gio and with Julia within ConnectWise? Like, what does that connection look like in the partnership?
Yeah, of course. So, and I'm stealing this from Gio, but Gio calls Glasshive a sales and marketing ecosystem, which I think it's the perfect explanation to what the ConnectWise Partner Program is trying to do, right? We're trying to empower and enable our partners to market themselves and sales. So with Glasshive, not we're not just offering our white label material, the opportunity to deploy social media campaigns, request funds, plan events, run email, and follow up with your leads. We're pretty much putting everything together, right? And I love that we have the Novatech team here because they are a great example. I remember meeting with Julia, Jim, the Novatech team. I think it was earlier last year, maybe it was summer of last year, and we put together a whole marketing strategy plan. We did events, we did webinars, we did theming. I think, Julia, if I'm correct, we did some themes on, hey, this month is going to be um, AI, this month is going to be Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we planned everything. That was with the ConnectWise Partner Program. We used to have a different platform back then, which was a little limited on what we could do. But now with Glasshive, that is still the plan. Our marketing consultant team is ready to work with our partners with their marketing strategy. And now that we have Glasshive, it's a totally different scenario now. One thing that I love about Geo, and I love working with Geo about this, is the type of marketing that they do. And Geo, your story was perfect for this. Is marketing is about standing out, right? You want to show your partners, your clients, what you do and do it in a different way so it gets their attention. And that's what I love about Glasshive. There's a lot of tools inside the platform that our partners can leverage to stand out. One of my questions to Julia was going to be, Julia, what is the tool that you love the most about Glasshive? Because I want our partners or whoever is viewing this live stream to realize, hey, we can use that. If Novatech is using that and it's getting some results from it, maybe we can too. And same thing for Geo. Geo, what's your favorite tool that you worked in Glasshive and you're like, okay, this is extremely cool.
Okay,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
could go first.
Yeah.
So honestly, I really like that there's literally like an endless library, a seemingly endless library of content. It's very inspirational. So like I mentioned earlier, like if you're in a little bit of a rut, experiencing some writer's block, you could go and get inspired or just take one of those campaigns out of the box and roll them out. We do get inspired too by the images that are available. I really like the MDF component. It really kind of stepped up the game there and makes it super seamless, easy, gives you insight into your account, status of everything, but just the easeability of it all. It's my favorite part.
Awesome.
And the sparkles. I'm bringing
And
up the sparkles.
the sparkles are my favorite. No, yeah, it's great. Oh my gosh, it's like telling me, which is my favorite feature. It's like pick your favorite child. Um,
Sorry for the hard question.
no, it's okay. Actually, it's pretty easy. I love a lot of the things that we've done together as a team, but I'm probably most proud of and happy and excited about the magic branding. I work with so many partners that, in my career owning Try Digital creative marketing agency, and they would go in and go into countless vendor portals and pull down these campaigns in a box and don't know what to do with them or don't know where to start, or they're just trying to get their first marketing campaign. And like you said, Julie, they don't have idea of where to start. So one thing is to give them content they can look at, but the other thing is transforming it into their brand. And I wanted to create AI that I can teach how to draw since I have the art background. And there's some other amazing artists way more talented than me that are on the UI team and in the product team. And we decided to teach our AI how to rebrand every asset. We have over 10,000 assets in the studio into your brand. So there's a cool thing where you'll hit magic branding button and you'll enter your URL and it says bippity boppity boop and it takes all your branding automatically and your color scheme, your font preferences, your logo, your social, your calls to action, and it redesigns all the content inside of the studio so that it's ready for you to use without any graphic design or creative effort. But then again, customizable if you wanted to. You can take an infographic and you don't need Photoshop. Just click it and play with it however you want and use it. It's your tool, your stuff, just a little magic behind it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the feedback we've gotten from a lot of our partners is, wow, magic branding.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm no designer and this is really helpful.
It really is
Yeah.
magic.
It is.
Thank you.
So like, what is, Julia, when you worked with Cisco on that campaign, Can you tell us a little bit about, like, because we're talking about having the freedom to create what you want to create, right? Can you tell us a little bit about like what that experience was like? Also, what was the outcome? I'm curious. I got here.
So we're still active. We have monthly campaigns that we're running, if not weekly, that are all ConnectWise derived. But the planning process about a year ago was really amazing. Jay Ryerson and Maddie actually came down and had the planning session with us. And Francisco, he was there every step of the way, but they spent an entire day with us. We were locked in a room. It was the early stages. Jay introduced us to Glasshive early on with the sales pipeline and tracking. We were all like, big-eyed and like, wow, what's going on here? But it was very informative, and it was great to get kind of like that outside view into the business and our campaigns to kind of break our thinking a little bit. Because I have a saying, it's my own, but like you can't expect different results by doing the same things. So being around so many different people that have so many different bits and input really helped us kind of bring our campaigning to the next level, actually getting it started. So like I said, we're running like weekly campaigns. One is more of like a cyber awareness, like high level education, down to the assets that are available in Glasshive with like, here's a checklist on cybersecurity best practices. Here's what different breaches are, cyber attacks mean, sort of things like that. But it keeps us active and relevant and in front of our target audiences, and it's great.
That's very cool. That's very cool. And then you're leveraging Glasshive through the ConnectWise Partner Program. So I know that our amazing producer Jessica just posted some comments. So if anybody's listening in and they are interested in learning more about Glasshive, definitely go check out their website. But also know that as a ConnectWise partner, you can also gain access to this wonderful platform and also other, I guess, what would you say, benefits, right? Cool benefits based on what level you are in the ConnectWise Partner Program. So I know I don't want to steal too much of Francisco's thunder because I know he's got more of the details on how everything works there. So Francisco, what would you add to that?
Yeah, of course. If you're interested in working with the ConnectWise Partner Program or Glasshive, if we haven't put the link in there, please visit that link to get more information on how to register and the different tiers on the partner program. There's some accesses that are restricted to some accounts or to some levels. Sorry. Once our co-manage your accelerate or strategic partner, you get access to Glasshive, MDF funding. You get the support of a partner development executive and a marketing consultant to help you strategize through the whole year, right? Anything that's sales, anything that's marketing, ConnectWise is there to help. Glasshive is also there to help. They have a lot of resources on marketing and sales that you can leverage in their website. If you are a partner, I would recommend reaching out to your PDE or your marketing consultant. Please reach out to them. Please ask them questions. Let's get some marketing and sales going because honestly, we've seen what it does with partners like Novatech. We're really happy. Vicky, I know you were asking about some of the results that we've seen with Novatech. Julia, correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of our latest webinars had over 500 attendees. I think it was an AI
Yeah, it was
webinar, so that is
actually
insane.
closer to 1,200. It was our
Oh,
most
there you
record-breaking
go.
event. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the AI series with Jay was a big hit. And we have another one coming up next month on the boom, left, right, and center.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to come back and tell us like how that campaign goes and how the webinar goes. That's amazing. 100. Wow, you guys, I need to take some notes from you.
Yeah, they killed it.
That was great.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's something to look forward to then. We got to have you back on, Julia, to tell us more about all the great things that Novatech is up to. When are we going to see you next? Are you coming down for any of the IT Nation events this year? Or anywhere? I know I'm saying down. So Florida, Texas.
No, I would love to, but I think that Dave Mormon, our president and CISO, will be there along with maybe a couple other members of his team. So not me this year, but maybe next year.
Yes, we would love to see you. We would love to see you. You're always welcome. And what about you, Gio? Like, when are we going to see you next? What are you
Oh
up
my
to?
goodness. I'll be at Secure. So I'm
Okay.
teaching a class with Brianna on the partner program and some marketing automation, which is great. So I'll see you guys there. And then I don't know if you're in Texas when I'm here, then I'm happy to take you a cup of coffee and draw you a picture. If I'm in Tampa, which I'm often at with the ConnectWise team, then let's go to the beach. Okay, I'm down for either thing.
I love it. So listen, if you want to go for a hike in Tennessee, you can go visit Julia. If you want to go grab some coffee in Texas, you can go visit Gio. If you want to go for a boat ride and learn about marine biology, you can hang out with Francisco and his wife.
Of
If
course,
you want to
everyone's
come hang out
welcome.
with, right? You want to come hang out with Don Juan and I, my dog, you come to Tallahassee, Florida. There's infinite opportunities to travel to see the ConnectWise community. So awesome. Okay, so one last thing for everyone here. What if you want to leave the audience with one thing? What's your one thing before we say goodbye for now and let people get ready for the weekend plans when this concludes, this Friday Field Report concludes? Francisco, what do you got?
Um,
What's your last thing?
Yeah, so for partners and everyone who wants to become a partner, please reach out to our team. We're really excited to help our community grow, our partners grow. So anything that you help on marketing and sales side, please reach out. We're always here to help. Myself is involved in everything that's going on. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We've seen what marketing and sales do for our partners, and we're really excited about their growth.
Very cool. All right. And make sure to connect with Francisco on LinkedIn too. If you have any questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to help. All right, Julia, what do you got? What's your one thing?
My one thing, I would say get out there and do it. I kind of talked about, just experimenting and just getting out there and starting the campaigns. There's always shoulda, woulda, couldas, but you learn forward and you can't learn unless you start. So leverage Glasshive, utilize Francisco and the team at ConnectWise and just get started. And you'll see it just opens a lot of doors for you creatively and just from a marketing perspective.
Oh, I love that. It's just like stop thinking about it. Don't go
Yeah.
into analysis paralysis. Just get there and start planning and doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. All right, Gio, what do you
Oh
got
my
for
gosh!
us? What's your one
Last
thing?
last last thing. Uh, you know, Focus on being different, guys. I know that's a loaded question, loaded response because there's tons of questions about how to do that. But the short answer is the services you sell is not what makes you different because we could all partner with the same vendors and offer the same service. But how you deliver those services, your people, your infrastructure, your processes, that is all your unique IP, and that's what makes you different. And if you learn to turn your internal documentation into external marketing, that's going to be the formula that changes everything. That's how Glasshive partners have collectively generated over 500,000 leads, okay, through that philosophy. So we encourage you to do the same thing. The magic's right in your office. It's amongst you. It's inside of all the things you do every day, not the technology.
I love that because that's the key
Awesome,
differentiator,
Gio.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. It's like the last thing, like, what kind of chocolate factory do you want to be? You want to be the boring chocolate factory that mixes by machine with conveyor belt? Or do you want to be Willy Wonka? What do you want to do? You mix your chocolate by waterfall, right? And you have special employees. They're not normal. They're Oompa Loompas. They sing and they do things. So that kind of stuff is closing
I love
statement.
that analogy, Gio.
Yeah.
The Willy Wonka.
Also, side note, have you guys seen the new Willy Wonka
It's
movie?
incredible.
With
It's incredible. Such a good
I
entrepreneurial story. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's such a great entrepreneurial journey or story too.
Yes.
Like Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa made me laugh so hard.
Yeah. It's such a great movie. It's such a great, like, dealing with competitors, being different, overcoming obstacles. I mean, everything. Such a good business movie that's fun. I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yes, check it out. I was a little because there's been a lot of iterations of Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, but this is his start. So make sure you watch that too. Disney, you can give us, is it Disney? I don't know. Whoever produced the movie, make sure to give us royalties because we're recommending it here. But, well, folks, we really appreciate all of you coming to join us. You're always welcome back on the Friday Field Report. And for everybody tuning in, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again in another 2 weeks for the next edition. And until then, have a great day. Have a great life. Have a great
Bye, you
weekend.
guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.